Can't you just feel it? Trevor Zegras in orange and black just fits. It's not about his highlights or TikTok passes anymore. This kid's flat out playing hockey. He's playing Flyers hockey too. You can see it in the details. He's back checking, winning board battles, and then boom, he's threading passes through traffic like it's backyard shinny. Danny Brière didn't just make a flashy trade here. He made an absolute culture-shifting move. He brought in a guy who's got swagger, skill, and confidence, and that's exactly what this team needed. Now the question is, are they smart enough to keep him long-term before the price tag absolutely explodes? Keep it here to find out. Let's be real. Danny Brière's made some strong moves as Flyers GM, but this could be his masterpiece. The Flyers got a 24-year-old center with absolutely elite hands and first-line upside without gutting their future. Trevor Zegras walked into Philadelphia and has instantly clicked. He's smiling again. The fans are getting behind him, and he's putting up numbers like a player reborn. You can tell Brière saw something, that Anaheim just wasn't the right fit. But Philly could be home. This is the kind of trade that you build a franchise around. But trades are only half the battle. They need to sign him if they want success in the future. Every single game that Zegras keeps producing, the Flyers' leverage is going to drop. He's playing like a point-per-game guy right now with 12 points through 10 games. His confidence is through the roof. And the price? It's rising by the day. And this is where good GMs separate from great ones, by acting before the market catches up. If you let Zegras go into the summer with a 70-plus and 80-plus point season, you're not talking about a $6 million player anymore. You're talking about $9 million, and maybe even more with today's cap. Look, I know it's hard to take me serious with this squid hat, but you can't wait until he's an 80-point player to start talking numbers. You've got to get ahead of it. That's how smart front offices operate. Remember what the Flyers did with Owen Tippett a few years back when he started showing flashes? That mix of speed, the shot, the confidence. Brière jumped on it early, locking him up to a deal before the breakout was complete. That was smart business. And if Tippett can continue to produce the way he is this season, that contract's going to age like fine wine. Zegras is the next version of that. You can either sign him now, something in that $6 to $7 million range over 6-7 years, or you wait and you're starting at $9, $10 million per year when he explodes offensively. Don't get cute. Let's be proactive here. Tippett was the test run. Zegras needs to be the payday. And Zegras is proving that he's more than just a flashy player who scores lacrosse-style goals. He's a legitimate playmaker who can control tempo. He can slow the game down, and he can speed it up when everyone else is left flat-footed. And what's crazy is how natural it looks. His passes find guys in perfect shooting positions. It's surgical, really. You can see Foerster, Tippett, and even Michkov benefiting from his reads. That's not confidence. That's IQ, people. That's vision. Look, they stumbled into Trevor Zegras, but now he's starting to look like a player you have to build around. He needs to be here. Let's talk about this for a second. Zegras is surrounded by goal scorers and is a nightmare for opposing defenses. You've got guys like Tyson Foerster, one of the purest young shooters in the league. He's starting to come into his own. Travis Konecny, who's evolved into a lethal finisher from anywhere in the zone. Owen Tippett, who can burn you wide and snipe bar down. And soon, Matvei Michkov, the Russian magician, once he finds his form, he's going to be scoring goals like it's a cheat code. What I'm trying to say here is that Trevor Zegras is going to be the glue. He's the setup man that ties it all together. The Flyers haven't had this kind of creative player since Claude Giroux's prime. You want Michkov to thrive? You want Tippett to hit 40? You need Zegras, and you got to get it done now. This isn't the old Flyers anymore. They're not just grinders and shot blockers. They're evolving. Under Brière and Tocchet, this team has rediscovered its edge, but they've also added skill. Real high-end game-breaking talent. Signing Zegras long-term is a statement move. It says, yeah, we're tough, but we're also skilled enough to outscore you. And that's how you win in today's NHL. It's not just about dumping and chasing. It's about creativity. And Trevor Zegras represents the modern-day Flyers. Flashy when it counts, fearless when it matters. So let's look at this core. We have Owen Tippett, Travis Konecny, Matvei Michkov, Tyson Foerster, Cam York, and now Trevor Zegras. This is the future. This is the playoff nucleus. You can see the chemistry forming already. Look, these guys like each other. They just get each other's games. And you don't break that up. You don't risk losing one of the absolute key pieces because you wanted to wait and see. Locking Zegras up now ensures that this core is going to grow together. You keep the group intact, especially the glue. The contract staggered smartly and the team identity consistent. That's how dynasties are built. One smart deal at a time. Let's get real. The cap is only going up. We're talking about an extra $4 million or so over the next 2 seasons. That gives you room to make a strategic move. And right now, Zegras probably signed something like 7 years, 45 to 49 million in total. If a year goes by, suddenly you're paying 60 to 65 million for the same player. You're buying high instead of buying smart. And that's what Brière's done so well so far, staying ahead of the curve. And if he pulls this off, it'll be another feather in his cap for your GM who's quietly becoming one of the best young executives in the NHL today. But if the Flyers wait too long, they could lose leverage.
When you're on the ice, not a word really needs to be spoken. That was the beauty of being a Flyer.
I've played with a lot of great teams, a lot of great players, but that was the closest group of teammates I've ever played with.
In football, you need that quarterback to be special. In hockey, you need your goaltender to be special. And Pelle was just beginning to emerge as a player.
Pelle wanted so desperately to be a star in the NHL. It's what he wanted most.
Pelle Lindbergh. Thank you, Bernie.
By all accounts, Pelle was not a drinker.
He picked his spots carefully. He would drink, but to be impaired, intoxicated, very rare.
And then the next thing I know, all I seen was a white wall. I said, Pelle, there's a white wall. There's a white wall.
It was a horrific scene. The car was mangled.
The headlight in front of Pelle had to be back 3 feet from where it initially should have been.
I read an article, you almost got into the Porsche. Is that true?
Not really. Me and Murray Craven lived 3 blocks from the establishment, so we just walked home.
Catching the wall right here at this corner, it was devastating.
And he went into cardiac arrest, and CPR was started immediately.
Talked to the police. I asked him, I said, is he going to be okay? And the police officer said, he'll be lucky to live.
Police officer asked us if we had to identify a body. And I remember looking at Murray, and Murray goes, I can't do it. My gut was turning, and I didn't know what to do.
And he passed away when I was holding his hand. You know,
That moment?
That moment, yeah. And so we were destined to be a team.
Pelle, I don't blame you. I never blamed you. I wish I could take that day back. And so many people you've touched in your life miss you.
If Zegras finishes the year with 80-plus points, the league will start buzzing again. And now his agents coming to the table saying, hey, we want star money for Trevor Zegras. At that point, you're negotiating from behind. It's like waiting for a player to win the Art Ross before you start negotiating. You pay a premium for your patience. You got to strike while it's still a conversation, not a bidding war. Locking up Zegras will send a message. It tells every young player in that locker room, if you perform here, if you buy in, you're going to get rewarded. It tells Michkov that the Flyers are serious about surrounding him with elite skill. It tells Tippett, Foerster, Konecny that this isn't just a stopgap. This is the new foundation. And you build trust when you reward talent. And that's the kind of culture that Brière's been preaching since day one. Bottom line is Trevor Zegras is absolutely thriving in Philadelphia. He's not just a highlight reel. He could be the heartbeat of this team. He's producing, he's connecting, and he's making everyone around him better. And there's no more clear sign that a player is a superstar than that. You can feel the buzz in the Xfinity Mobile Arena when he touches the puck. Danny Brière, this is your window to act. Don't let the market decide his price. Don't wait until he's out of reach. You hit an absolute home run trading for Trevor Zegras. Now it's time to turn it into a franchise-altering grand slam. See what I did there with the World Series tonight? So lock him up today, not tomorrow. Because if Zegras keeps this up, the Flyers won't just have to pay more. They'll have to pay everyone else for trying to find another one like him. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment on your thoughts. Is it too early to sign Zegras? Should they wait? Should they be patient? Is this the real thing? Or do they need to sign today? They can't afford to wait. In the meantime, everyone, happy Halloween. Be safe out there. Don't forget to keep it high, keep it wide. I'll see you next time on HW Hockey.
Thanks for watching HW Hockey. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.